I believe this is the third photo in a row that I'm showing with that I took with that Sigma 40mm f1.4 art lens. And I apologize if this comes across like a series of advertisements. I don't mean it that way. It's just a really fun lens to play with. And here, what was a lot of things were interesting about this. First of all, the conditions in which I shot this. I was biking to work, as I so often do in these weekly 50 photos. It starts with me biking to work. And this is only, I don't know, like 100 yards from my building, maybe 200 yards. And I had just come from the direction you're looking at here. So this is like down one of the main walkways of campus. This walkway goes from where I'm standing, it goes past the library, past the big open lawn, and then straight into the Spear School of Business if you were to keep going. So I had just biked down this, and I turned to go into my building, and I saw this tree with these yellow flowers. I think it's a magnolia tree, but I don't know. And I just biked past it, and I thought, oh, interesting, yellow flowers, and I just kept on going. And then I stopped, turned around, and I thought, well, maybe there's a photo to be had there. So I went over, and these photos aren't that big, or these flowers aren't that big. I don't even know, like maybe the size of a quarter. I'm not sure. But I thought what it would be like to, or I was thinking, what would it be like to take a photo of these straight into the sun, which, I don't know, it just seemed like something interesting to try. So I opened the aperture to f1.4 and pointed straight at the sun, and wouldn't you know it, the result actually looks kind of cool. I really like the way that, as I've said in the past couple weeks, everything is super duper sharp. And if you zoom in on this, you'll see that there's like one of these flowers that's pointing to the left, and it's kind of closed up, and it's got this halo around it. And the bottom part of that halo, it's got these little fuzzies where the light is coming through. And even that is super, super sharp. And there's no purple or green fringing or these other issues that happen sometimes when you just take photos under challenging lighting conditions. And the original also was super dark, and I was able to lighten it a whole bunch in Lightroom because it captured so much information. This is my D750, which is a great camera because for a lot of reasons, but the sensor captures such a huge amount of dynamic range. So I was able to recover a lot of information in the shadows and really turn this photo where the original, all you saw was just a sun. And if you look at the original on the blog, you'll see what I mean. The original, it wasn't that interesting. I was able to turn it into something that I think is kind of cool. It was a fun little moment in time where you see this sunrise, so the beginning of a new day, and these flowers opening, so the beginning of new life for the flowers. Add to that the fact that the background is super blurred out because of shooting this at f1.4, and everything is really nice and sharp, so there weren't really any optical compromises despite shooting at such a wide aperture. So I think I've said this now 3 weeks in a row. This was a fun photo to take, and that was a fun lens. I do want to say, though, about that lens, this is a big, honking, expensive lens. I don't plan on buying one because it's so impractical, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend that anyone get it. If you have a chance to use it, by all means, but I don't know that it'd be worth your money simply because it's so huge, and I don't know, it's just not the kind of like fun, casual lens you might just use on a daily basis. You really need a special purpose for it, but it was a really neat time to give that lens a try.